Welcome back, everyone. Saturday morning, beautiful weather, sun shining. The wind's blowing a little bit. It's kind of picking up, as you can see behind me there. That's a great time to saw. Best time I think it is. So anytime you're sawing out here and the wind's blowing and the sawdust is blowing away from you, that's the best time to be sawing. If it's blowing right in your face, that's no fun. But anyway, on a side note, see the view behind me here. I got a pile of logs need to get sawed up. I got a bunch of scrap wood back here too. I need to do something with it. I have people that come and get it randomly. They'll take and bring their dump trailer over here. I'll load them up and they'll take them back to their house, or they'll take them and give it to people. Usually people that need it for firewood, that's the ones that mostly come and get that stuff. But I've still got so much here that's just hard to deal with sometimes. But on the side note, we'll take care of that. I'll keep you kind of viewed around the property here in just a second and show you my other logs set up and kind of a few things I got here going on. Here's my side yard over here. Got some boards I sawed, some quarter sawn white oak. I've got a customer coming to pick them up. Back here in the back, got a few stacks of orders of lumber here for people. Got some just random pieces I stacked up. I'll probably try to do something with them. Try to see if I can get something of that out of the way. And over here we got a huge poplar log. This one's probably, I think, 16 or 18 foot long and probably 32 inches wide. And I got a few pine logs here. They're just random lengths, and I got a pretty good sized pile of pine here that needs to be sawed up. These are just ones I do for customers that need like 2x4s, 2x6s or whatnot. 1x, whatever they may need, I'll just use these for those. And here I got a stack of walnut. I may try to do a video on that. See if I can get some of those sawed up. Here's some cherry boards I sawed probably about a month and a half ago. These are some pretty boards just sitting out here air drying, waiting to be kiln dried. Got a few poplar logs here to saw up, a couple of hickory. And right over here next to it, I got 4 or 5 more poplar logs that need to be sawed up. These are nice logs. They're pretty straight. There's a few knots, but very little at all. Behind that, I got about 4 or 5 or 6 more pretty good sized walnut logs I need to saw up. May try to do a video one day of me sawing some walnut, since a lot of people like to see walnut. I think that's about the best kind of logs that most people want to see is the walnuts. I'm not sure why it is, but I think now everybody loves walnut. I think we've all determined that already. So then I got another pile of logs over here that was behind the building I showed you earlier. These are just whatnot logs, that just random stuff. I got hickory, I got cedar, I got some pecan, maple. I've even got a couple of large magnolia trees that I got from a guy that I need to saw those up. I just laid them out here trying to get them to spalt a little bit. That's one of them right there on top there. I need to get those out and get those tried to be sawed up sometime or another. That wood on it's just kind of like a white wood. There's really not much to it, but we'll try to saw them up one day too. Well, that being said, let me get the mill ready, get it fired up. I got to get some of these offcuts off of here, get them off the sawmill, and probably get a pile over here somewhere. I got a few cedar logs here I'm going to saw up real quick. Try to get some of this orders out for these people. We'll try to get it fired up here, maybe do a little video on it, and give you guys an idea of what's going on. We'll see you around. I should get some of this out of the way here. One thing bad about having your sawmill right out here is, well, all this debris kind of piles up in here. You want to be careful around your hydraulic system. Make sure your clamp arm works good. Get a lot of debris down there that don't want to go. I think that ought to be good. Sawed up here. just like that, that log's sawed up. I got a few live edge pieces they're going to use for their siding here, and 3 2x6s out of that one. So they're going to use this for decking boards. So try to get them a good order for that. I still got a whole trailer load of logs to bring over here to saw. I got these few little small ones. I'm going to go ahead and saw those up and try to get them out, get them done. Try to get those finished up, then I'll go on to the big load. We'll come back and see what we got. Next log on the mill is a kind of fairly straight log. It ain't too bad. Shouldn't be no problem to saw it up. Let's get with it. Nice 2x6s off here for the decking material, and some of these got a little bit of punky areas in it, but I think they'll be okay for what they're going to use them for. Got two similar to one short log. This one log here's got like a crater in the center of it. I'm not sure about how that's going to turn out. We'll see what we can get of it. Maybe just a live edge log for that one. Then wait till the end of the video. I got a surprise. I got a little short log on here that the customer actually gave me. He cut a tree down. When we get to the end of the video, I'll saw it up and show you it. I think you'll really enjoy it. It's a nice little log. Just goes to show some of your logs that are smaller that you would think they would be for fire. Here's one of the logs that's got a big crater in the middle of it. Not sure how that's going to turn out, but we'll try to get what we can out of it. I'm going to make 2x6s, but I don't think it's going to work too good. May have to just do live edge for that one. We'll see. I got two more logs to do. That one I just showed you had a crater in the middle. Not sure how it's going to turn out, but we'll try to get what we can. Got one little short log, one little longer, skinnier log. Not much going to be coming out of it. We'll try to get what we can. Customer just had these laying out. He wanted me to get whatever I can out of it. We'll try to get these sawed up. Stay tuned at the end of the video. I got a good surprise for you. I got a little short log. It's probably maybe 4 foot long. I have to measure it, but just goes to show that these smaller logs like this are valuable at some point, depending on what type of species of log it is. This one's actually a nice log. Probably go ahead and saw it up into some specific type material. Probably use them for like a gift or maybe even sell. Depends on what you want to do with those. Just goes to show these little smaller logs are, not something you just want to throw away or cut up for firewood. You could actually use them for something. So, stay tuned. We'll get to it. Well guys, we got the third log sawed up. Got some pretty nice live edge boards here. That one had the crater in it. Some of these are a little funky looking, but for the most part they're good boards they could use for siding. This one I wasn't for sure whether we could even get any 2x out of it. Probably glad I went ahead and sawed it up into just a live edge stuff, so I didn't have to worry about having to saw around that. This one right here is kind of real tricky on one end. Probably have to cut that end off. But pretty nice boards though. I think these will make some nice siding boards. All right. Okay, I finished up those other 2 cedar logs. One of them I hit a couple of nails in, so I didn't get it on camera. So pretty much Will took the blade off and checked it. It was okay. Hit a couple of small ones, no big deal. If you hit some bigger ones, usually it damages the blade. This one left a couple of little shards on the blade, but I got those off and put it back on, and it sawed fine after that, so no issue with that. Should be a good blade. Didn't knock the set out, so we should be okay to go ahead and saw. So here's what I was going to come to the last of the video. We got us a small little, maybe 4 foot long walnut log. The gentleman that brought me these cedar logs, he cut his tree down in his yard, a walnut tree, and this was a top edge of it. He had to saw off to get it to a certain length, and he didn't know what to do with it. So pretty much, well, he gave it to me, and I'm gonna saw it up into some sliced boards. I don't plan on doing any kind of dimensional with it, just, you know, kind of sawing boards up into it, maybe get some charcuterie boards or something out of it. But let's get ready here. We'll saw this up, and I'll see you at the end of the video. Well, I wasn't for sure what done it, but looks like my blade snapped right at the weld here. I don't know if you can see it on camera here, but right there's the weld area. Snapped right in two right there. I thought I'd hit something, but I wasn't for sure what it was, but apparently, I guess it just got weak right there. Maybe whenever I knocked the blade off earlier, maybe it kind of weakened that point a little more than normal, so we'll chalk it up to that. But let me get another blade on here and we'll finish this up. Put a new blade on. Should be good to go. boards or cut boards or whatever you want to do with them as far as that is concerned. But these should be some nice boards to go ahead and get this started back up. Finish the other side. Got the log flipped over, so we're going to finish this one up and we'll see what we get afterwards. These are nice boards.
just like that, you're done. Scraped off. See what we got. Should have went a little deeper on that one. That was a little bit of sapwood in there. A lot more than normal. Here's the boards we're getting off of these. These are green, so they'll green about an hour in the sun. They'll start oxidizing. They'll turn to purplish brown color. Brings out the color a lot more. It looks a lot prettier. Wood miser blades cut through this lot better. Cross these boards. Okay guys, we finished that one little short log out, and we got 7 nice walnut boards out of that. Like I say, this video right here at the end of it just goes to show these little short logs will bring, you know, value to whatever you need to do. As far as either whether you want to sell them or you want to keep them and use them. I don't know what I'm going to do with these yet. I'm not really for sure. These are so nice. They'll make some beautiful charcuterie boards, coffee tables, you know, bar tops, anything you want to do with them as far as that goes. They turned out nice. Like I say, these, you know, just like maybe 4 foot long. But you're about 20 inches wide, so just goes to show those little short logs bring value. So just remember those little short logs too, and whenever you're sawing, they can make you some extra money. Here in Tennessee, these little boards like this will probably bring anywhere from $40 to $50 a piece, depending on the market value as far as the area is where you're at. We get a lot of walnut trees in our area too, so I've got probably maybe 30 or 40 logs to saw up here at the sawmill of those. Some smaller ones, little bitty ones, but you know, a few bigger ones that I showed you earlier in the video. So I may get some of them sawed up sometime or another. But these boards right here, like I say, they'll bring pretty good money for those just for a little short log. So just remember those little short ones. I got one more on the sawmill right here, another walnut log. This is a longer one though. It's got a little bit of rot on the end of it. I'm gonna saw it up and see what I could get out of it, so customer maybe be able to get some nice boards out of it. We'll see what we can get from it. All right, we finished this other walnut log up. Turned out to be some nice boards for the most part. Very few knots, just a couple of them. Down here towards the end, not so much. Looks like we had an ant colony in here at one time, and they wreaked havoc on this end of it. So unfortunately, we'll have to cut this part off. The customer was needing some 1x to finish a bar top that he was building. I'd already sold him some 2-inch lumber. He needed some skirting to go around the bar to try to cover up the edges of it, so he wanted some 1x. So this is what we got out of it. So really nice boards. Well, got those sawed up, so without further ado, I have to unload a trailer load of logs for a gentleman that brought me some cedar logs I showed in my last video. I've got to get those unloaded so I can start stacking his boards on that trailer and try to get them set up to maybe saw them sometime. Probably do a video on those too as well, so we'll get back to you on that. So let's unload those logs. All right, guys, that's going to do it for today. I guess my camera must have fell over. The wind's blowing pretty hard here today, so I was trying to get that video of me unloading those logs. I got them all unloaded, and I guess my camera fell over, so didn't get the ending of it. But anyway, so today's recap, we sawed up a few cedar logs. I had a customer needing some 1-inch walnut boards. We sawed that one up with the ants in it, and then the little short log, you know, that I was talking about, you know, can add value if you have one available. We sawed it up and got some really, really nice charcuterie boards out of that, or whatever you want to use them for. So today we got all that sawed up and then got those logs unloaded, and the customer here, he's wanting some cedar. I have stacked the cedar that I've already cut on his trailer already, so I unloaded those logs so I could get all that sawed up. So here's what we ended up here with it. We got some nice 2x and 1x and some live edge for him. So he's going to take those and come and get those and take them back to his house and process those otherwise. So that's going to be it for today. So if you don't care, like and subscribe, and I'll try to get some more videos out. Try to do a little more of me doing some different stuff around the sawmill, maybe some videos of what it takes to do some sawmilling, and maybe get a few of those out. If you guys are interested in that, just hit like and subscribe. Thanks for coming today. See you next time.